Hey, what's up YouTube? Anjinson here, and playing off Floodplain, and you look over here, you can see my opponent is the Heir of Carthage himself. And I didn't realize at first that I was about to be matched up with him. And then when I finally realized it, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm playing the Heir of Carthage. It's like, this is sick. You know, I was a little bit nervous. But I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick, show you the army composition. Now, when I was deploying my units, I noticed he had Shinobi and Former. So what I did with my two Great Guards is I placed them over here, like I was trying to hide them, but I left one of them hanging out a little bit, so it'd be obvious that, you know, I'm trying to hide my Great Guards over here, but I really wasn't. I just exposed them a little bit so he'd think that's what I was doing, and then I moved him over here into this forest and actually hit him over here. So that's a little trick you can do with the Shinobi Informer whenever your opponent uses it. Make them think you're hiding units somewhere, but then actually hide them somewhere else. You know, like a little mistake, like oops, I accidentally let them hanging out of the forest. But look at my army composition. I've got 3 units of Katana Samurai and 2 units of Naginata Warrior Monks on my left flank. Behind my general, I've got a Yari Ashigaru, as well as 2 Naginata Warrior Monk Cavs. Then if you look at the front lines, I have 1 unit of Bow Samurai and 2 units of Bow Warrior Monks. I actually have my Bow Samurai pushed farther ahead. And the idea with that is, you know, if I get them into skirmish, you know, they'll focus their fire on him, and I'll be free to do whatever I want with my Bow Warrior Monks. And if you look at Heir's army, I mean, he's got a pretty big army set up here. He's got 3 units in Odachi, and directly behind them he's got a unit of Bow Samurai, and you know, I thought he had, you know, he might have 1 more unit of Bow Samurai. I think they're hitting at the moment, but I'm pretty sure he does. And then he's got 3 units of Lone Sword Ashigaru. He's got 3 units of Katana Cav. One of them's hidden, you can't see him. And I think 1 or 2 units of Matchlock Warrior Monks, as long as his general Patchy, there he is, he's wearing the monk armor, and he's got 2 units of Yari Cav back here. You can't see the other one, it's hidden, but it's back there. So let's go ahead and start this fight. Now when I'm actually pushing my forces up, I noticed that he's got his Nodachi Samurai in the front of the formation. So what I intended to do is push my main battle lines up here, then creep my Bow Samurai through the forest towards his position, and I was hoping he was going to go for a head-on charge with his Nodachi, and what I do is expose those Bow Sams in melee mode at the last moment to distract his Nodachi Sams, and maybe he'd waste, you know, all their bonsais just on this 1 unit. But it doesn't really work out that way. It still kind of works out the way I planned, but not necessarily with the Nodachis. So you can see I got my army moving up, and I have my Great Guards, you know, they're making their way through this forest, trying to get in the flank or get behind and maybe take a shot at Patchy. And yeah, right now we're just moving up towards this Sword Dojo. And he's got a lot of Lone Sword Ashigaru in this fight. You know, they're well vetted, but I feel like, you know, if he had actually brought Katana Sams, he would have done a lot better. So you can see he's actually starting to charge forward with his Katana Cav, and he hasn't spotted my Bow Sams yet. But as soon as he does, I put these guys in melee and I charge straight for his Katana Cav. And actually, it works out perfectly, exactly how I wanted it to. All of his Katana Cav waste all of their charge bonus just hitting this 1 unit of Bow Sams. So now my guys are free to do whatever they want. I go ahead and I pull back my my Bow Warrior Monks, because I was afraid he was going to push through and charge them as well, which I did not want. I want to keep my Bow Warrior Monks in this fight. But he actually ends up pulling his Katana Cav back because he sees me bringing my Great Guard around, which works out fine as well, because my Great Guard will chew those Katana Cav up. And it's funny because now my Bow Samurai out here, now they're drawing all of his archer fire, which is fine, but it would have been better if I'd actually put him in melee and charge his archers. But since he, you know, had his archers out so far front, I decided to send my Naginata Warrior Monks through my lines to hit his archers. And now he's just attacking with these Yari Cav, which they didn't get a good charge off. And just to further weaken them and distract them, I went ahead and hit him with Whistling Arrows, which of course is an AoE attack, so you know, it hurt my men too. but it was enough to keep his Yari Cav distracted. And I see him pulling all these melee forces over here towards my Great Guard, even though I'm really crushing his Katana Cav with my Great Guard. I decided to go ahead and pull back my Great Guards and try to get one unit free to take out his Yari Cav. So actually I pulled both units, but this one got caught up in melee again. I kind of wasted it, not good micro, but I've got this unit of knocking out a warrior monks. You can see I'm moving my infantry lines up to attack now. So I did manage to get my Grey Guards in the center line and pretty much effectively take out this one unit of Yari Cav. I've got my bow warrior monks back here, you know, shooting up his army, and I've got my Yari Ashigaru up here set up in spear wall in case any of his units push through. So now I'm just trying to get my infantry lines up here. My Naginata warrior monks did catch up, and I managed to get a war cry off, which, you know, it served its purpose. My Naginata warrior monks, they are all stock. They have no upgrades, so they didn't do as well in this fight as I would have hoped. But you can see my infantry lines are finally starting to catch up, and they'll get off their war cry soon as well. And I do have one Great Guard unit that got free with, it still has 21 units, and I was going to try to go for his general, but for some reason these guys got caught up in melee and dragged themselves back down here. So now I've got these Matchlock warrior monks to contest with, and I was actually trying to pull this sword unit free to go charge those Matchlock warrior monks, but it just did not work out. And you can see my Great Guard caught up with his with Patchy, but then they got stuck and these Matchlocks actually hit them. And you can see some of my swords actually get through and start taking out these Matchlock warrior monks. But they're just too caught up in this melee to actually push on. And I'm actually starting to lose this fight back here. It's not going well. But yeah, my bow warrior monks are actually doing a good job of, you know, tearing up his lone swords and his Nodachi. And at this point I look like I'm gonna lose this battle. Luckily I don't. I won the fight over here on this flank, so I sent this unit of Katana Sams to chase after these Matchlocks, which I believe he is in skirmish mode because these guys just do not stop running. It was actually really damn annoying. So, you know, all the units I had over here, they pretty much lost this fight, but I've sufficiently weakened his morale and his fighting ability over here. But you can see he pulls his general close by, which, you know, gives his men a significant boost in morale and inspires them. And all I have left back here are 2 bow warrior monks and a Yari Ashigaru, and I have these Katana Sams chasing these Matchlocks. You can see my bow warrior monks, they actually are out of ammo now. So what I decided to do with these guys is push them up here, you know, put them back in a tight formation and get ready for a melee brawl. So I leave my general in stand and fight, which significantly helps my warrior monks manage to handle this melee fight that's coming. So, you know, I still have these guys set up back here. My Yari, they're kind of like my my last defense before my general. And I start pushing these bow warrior monks forward. Now, he can't see them, you can see they're concealed in the trees. So that's a little bit to my advantage. I actually managed to pull off a decent charge with both of my bow warrior monks, and they're full strength, both have 75 men. And as you can see, we're about to engage in melee. And these really aren't ideal conditions, you know, when it comes down to brawling with your archers. But they actually managed to hold their own quite well, and like I said, I think it's because my general was in stand and fight. You can see their boosted stats are actually pretty nice with stand and fight on. I mean, wow. With 9 melee attack, hardly any melee defense, of course, and no armor. But they managed to actually pull their own in the fight. So you can see all of his melee units are getting ready to rout. They're low on morale, they're starting to waver. And all he has left after this is Patchy. So I go ahead and send my Yari Ashigaru forward, and I remount my general in a second and decide to bring him to the fight. Now my general, he's actually like, he's got a lot of leadership, but I have 6 points in melee skills as well. So he's got like 3 points in melee attack and 3 points in melee defense. So he's not bad, you know, fighting a stand-up fight. As you can see, Patchy is not doing too well in this fight. These guys are splitting up and I think they're getting ready to rout soon. So I go ahead and I use Inspire on my general, and you look at that, it gives him 30 melee attack and 18 melee defense. It's a pretty good boost, and he really doesn't have a chance. And you look over here, my my Katana Sams, I tried to hide him in the forest and forgot about him for a second, and his matchlocks got back up. Managed to get a few shots on him, and at this point, you know, I take out Patchy and what's left of this melee fight, and I decide to do an all-out charge. So I send these Katana Samurais back into a charge against his matchlocks, and I'm taking my general to go and flank what's left of him and take him out. So, you know, that's pretty much the fight. You know, awesome opponent. You got mad respect for Heir of Carthage. Been a long time subscriber on my main account. Anjin-san's actually a new account I made, but I never used the old account for Total War. But been a long time subscriber and admirer of his work, and it was a damn good fight, and it was actually pretty close. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'd like to thank my opponent for a great fight, and look forward to maybe doing another one soon. Talk to you guys later.